This is because you watched. I'm your critic Poables, and for our first review request today we're doing Battle Los Angeles, which is a review request from this person. Battle Los Angeles is a sci-fi war film set in modern day Los Angeles, where a meteor shower turns out to be an attack from an alien planet. The story of the film follows a group of soldiers who come together and try and survive and escape the city while it's being attacked. The actors feature people such as Aaron Eckhart and Michelle Rodriguez, and the R&B singer Neo. As I started watching this film for the first time, I was actually pretty pumped. The first 4 or 5 scenes were really cool. In fact, some of the war scenes and the visual effects were really good. It actually reminded me a lot of my favorite video game, which is Crysis 2. Initially, I also thought the casting was very effective. A lot of the soldiers looked quite young and naive and quite frightened of what they were going to be thrown into. Stories occasionally emphasized using news reports, which initially looked a little fake and then by the end of it were just unrealistic. I mean, if the aliens were shooting down every Air Force plane, why is it that a news report helicopter can fly right over the aliens and not get noticed at all? Stupid! See, this should have warned me of what was yet to come. The film slowly begins to unravel more and more cliches. The person who goes off by themselves, the person who goes crazy, and of course the typical scare tactic where it's like the tension's just building and building and growing and growing. And then finally it just, oh look, a dog. Must be okay to relax now. Bah! Seriously, this film is more cliche than putting a metaphor in this joke. The plot of this film is rambling and incoherently long. It just kind of downwardsly spirals towards the very end. There's no real plot drive or anything that seems to push the story forward. It's just a bunch of people doing whatever they can to survive. It just doesn't really follow any kind of structure. At no point did I actually want the people to survive. It just kind of pissed me off for 2 hours. The acting in this film was actually so bad that the people in the background, the dime a dozen privates, and the little children that they had to protect actually did a more convincing job than the stars such as Aaron Eckhart and Michelle Rodriguez, who did just a terrible job. The first point of contact where the aliens first start shooting at the humans is kind of cool, but is completely ruined by the whole reporter getting shot on camera cliche. This film at some points was actually so bad that it looked like it was a student film. The music, however, is actually pretty good, but it's not good enough to save this film. It's just so predictable that it annoys you for the first... It's just so predictable that it annoys you for the entire film. The camera, especially during combat, is unbelievably shaky and confusing. I get that they're trying to capture the kind of hectic feel of combat, but it's more just some really confronting, annoying picture that doesn't really make any sense. Personally, I just felt it was a little... It's been a pleasure, Sergeant. All I want to say is... Oh no, everybody's dead! The aliens in this film actually look like the Bionicles from those old Lego series. And I swear, if someone calls out, US Marines! one more time, I will actually kill them. I'm not joking. We need someone to dissect this alien for us that's come from 1,000,000 light years away and has a completely different physiology from us so that we can find some sort of weakness. Make way! I'm a vet and I've handled sick mice before. All up, this movie gets a 2.5 out of 10. It is terrible. Do not see it. The second film I'll be reviewing is Phantom of the Opera, and it's a musical drama adaptation of a stage production of the same name. This review request comes from this person. The Phantom of the Opera is basically about a guy who is very disfigured and lives under a theatre in the catacombs He hides out there and basically kills people and sabotages the shows that go on because he's in love with one of the stars and he wants the best for her. And so he uses it as a form of blackmail or something. Okay, so let me just point this out. This is very close to the stage production. Very little has been changed, and that's good. I think it's very good that they could capture the original experience cinematically. And on top of this, the costuming has been adapted very well. It's very effective, as is the makeup. They did a very good visual job of this film. I actually enjoyed some of the songs that were performed, but others were just a bit, yeah. I really hate to say it, but this movie is terrible. Look, call me uncultured or stupid, but I had to watch this film with the Wikipedia plot open on my laptop on one side, and then I had to have the subtitles running across the screen so I could understand what they were saying. And it was just, even still, it was pretty bad. For example, at one point, the Phantom of the Opera comes out and stands on a balcony and spouts some crap about how he's going to kill people and wow. And everyone kind of just listens to him, and then when he retreats into the balcony door, just goes about their business as if absolutely nothing has happened. If it's just me, but if someone showed half their face and said, "I've killed people, I'm going to kill more people," and then retreated into the shadows, I wouldn't exactly just keep going about eating sandwiches and cake. I would at least pretend to give a crap. But unfortunately, this is an effort too large for these actors. Gerard Butler, one of my favourite actors, who has managed to pull a couple of movies out of the deep end purely because he's in it, such as Law Abiding Citizen, just wasn't as great as I thought he'd be in this, even though he only had like 4 lessons before they started the recordings. He just didn't pull it out. This film cannot be escaped. Okay, I hate to be this guy, but I have seen a Broadway show before. I've seen a couple of amateur theatre things. Even some of my family have been in stage shows. I myself have been in about 5 shows and I enjoyed it. So please don't think this is just another Aussie teen spouting crap like, "Nah mate, no subbies, I can't stand the singing, mate." This film is a train wreck and I have to give it about a 3 out of 10. I'm afraid this has been a bit of a trash can of an episode, but that shouldn't stop you from leaving a comment or subscribing, liking, or doing whatever you can to help me spread this video. The last one, thanks to some of the efforts of my friends and putting it on Facebook and all the amazing stuff that you guys keep doing for me whenever I post my stuff here, I actually managed to get something like 526 views, which is just off what I need. Hopefully by 9:30 tonight, because it obviously hasn't been, I don't know what the time is, but hopefully if we get to 650, you guys will see me rear my ugly mug on Thursday once again. So leave a review request at your own peril, or just tell me how awesome or terrible I am. I'm Poables, and this is because you watched, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.